Hey everyone, so let's talk about something we've all been through. That moment when you're working on something and every part of you just wants to quit. You might think that feeling is a weakness, but what if it's not? Today, we're going to dive deep into the science of what is really going on inside your brain when you feel that way.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You start a new project, a new workout routine, whatever it is. You're full of energy, you're excited. And then, a few days, maybe a few weeks in, you just hit a wall. And that urge to just stop, to just give up, it can be totally overwhelming. And what's the first thing we tell ourselves when that feeling hits? Ugh, I'm just not disciplined enough. Or, I'm just lazy. Maybe, I guess I don't have the willpower. We turn it inward, and we decided some kind of personal failure, a flaw in our character. Well, here's the thing. What if it has almost nothing to do with weakness at all? The latest neuroscience is telling us that motivation isn't some magical feeling you either have or you don't. It's actually a biological system, a predictable, logical process that's happening inside your head. So let's break down how that system really works. Okay, first up, the biological negotiation. We've got to understand the game that your brain is actually playing, not the one you think it's playing. So here's the core idea. At any given moment, your brain is running this constant subconscious cost-benefit analysis. It's asking one simple question over and over. Is the effort I'm about to spend likely to get me a reward? It's this nonstop negotiation between effort, reward, and what it predicts will happen. And honestly, reframing it this way changes everything. Your brain isn't lazy. It is an incredibly efficient energy optimizer. I mean, for thousands of years, saving energy was the key to survival. That ancient hardware is still running the show in our modern world. So avoiding effort isn't a bug in your system, it's a feature. And this is why you feel like quitting. It's just the logical outcome of that negotiation. Your brain has run the numbers in the background and has decided, you know what? The reward I thought I was going to get just isn't worth the energy I'm spending. It's a rational biological decision. So the real question is, how do we start working with this system instead of fighting against it? All right, that brings us to rule number one, make progress visible. If you want to win that negotiation with your brain, you have to give it the right kind of evidence. This is such a critical distinction. You can feel like you're working your tail off all day long, but your brain doesn't care about effort. It only cares about progress. If it can't see that you're moving closer to the goal, it's going to cut the energy supply. It's always asking, are we actually getting somewhere? This is exactly why vague goals like get in shape or be more productive are such motivation killers. Your brain has no way to track them. But when you check off a tiny, visible task, your brain releases a little bit of dopamine. And dopamine isn't just a feel-good chemical, it's the molecule of motivation. It tells your brain, hey, what we just did worked. Do it again. Progress is literally fuel. Which leads us right to rule number two, create absolute clarity. You see, if progress is the fuel, then clarity is the map. And without a map, your brain isn't even going to bother starting the car. Just think about it for a second. When you aren't really sure what the next step is, your brain has to fire up all these high-energy processes, right? It's trying to predict outcomes, assess risks, make decisions. It's metabolically really expensive. So to optimize its energy, it does the simplest thing possible. It just avoids the task completely. Again, not laziness, it's just efficiency. So the trick is to make things ridiculously clear. Forget the 5-year plan for a minute. Forget the entire project. Just focus on the very next physical step. You're not going to write the report. You're just going to open the document. That's it. You make the next action so obvious and so low cost that your brain has zero reason to resist it. And that tees up our final rule perfectly. Rule number 3, lower the barrier to entry. This is all about tricking your energy-saving brain into just getting started. We always think we need to summon more willpower to force ourselves to do things. But honestly, that's like trying to push a car while the parking brake is on. The much smarter move is to just release the brake. The goal isn't to be tougher, it's to make getting started feel completely effortless. So here's how you do it. This is the pointless step method. Want to start working out? Your first step is to just put on your workout clothes. That's it. The workout itself doesn't even have to happen. Want to write a book? Just open your laptop and write one single sentence. You make the first action so incredibly small, it feels pointless not to do it. And here's where the magic happens. The second you actually start, the whole negotiation in your brain shifts. It gets new data. It says, oh wait, this isn't as hard or as costly as I predicted, and all of a sudden, continuing is easier than stopping. You've completely bypassed that initial wall of resistance, and now you've got momentum on your side.
Now, these 3 rules are amazing for getting things done day to day, but they're all in service of something much deeper, something way more powerful, building your identity. Because in the long run, identity beats motivation every single time.
Just look at the difference here. I'm trying to work out is an action that totally depends on how you feel in the moment. It requires a fresh dose of motivation every single day. But I am the kind of person who doesn't skip workouts. That's an identity. The action just becomes an automatic expression of who you believe you are.
And this, right here, is the ultimate hack. Your brain has a deep, deep need to act in ways that are consistent with the identity it holds for you. And every single time you do one of those tiny, pointless steps, you are casting a vote for the person you want to become. Those small actions create evidence. That evidence builds a new belief. And that belief becomes your new automatic pilot.
So, you see, in the end, the question isn't really how do I get motivated? The much more powerful question is who do I want to be? And maybe more